How's it going? Welcome back to another show. This is You Made Roscoe, and I am Roscoe. And today we're going to be doing a reaction to a video. I don't think that this is a song, but I could be mistaken. But I feel like this is something other than a song. But this is Elvis Presley, The King of Kindness. So we'll be checking this out. Before we do that, I do want to ask for anybody who hasn't that they please subscribe to the channel and also make sure you hit the notification bell. Also, make sure that you go over to Elvis's homepage and do the exact same thing because we do want to support the artists, even the ones who aren't here with us anymore. So I do want to give a shout out to Shirley Carr. Shirley, I want to say thank you for, for rocking out with me on the page, of course, for suggesting that I check this out. And much love to you. I'm going to blow a kiss out to Shirley. That's for you. And we're going to go ahead and get this started. Let's check this out, see what this is about.
I've always treated people just like I would like to be treated. I try to remember that. That's all. It's simple. It's no problem. It's no big effort that I put forth. Yeah.
Elvis Presley was not only one of America's most iconic entertainers, he was also one of the most charitable celebrities to ever live. Having been raised poor and by God-fearing parents, Elvis gave from the purity of his heart. Although he fell into a high tax bracket, he never took a tax write-off, nor did he ask for any publicity for his charitable deeds. He gave just for the love of giving. While his many good works would be impossible to list, we'll highlight as many as possible, starting with his $1,050 donation to his old high school, which made it possible for all of the students to attend the annual E.H. Crump Memorial Football Game for the Blind in Memphis, Tennessee. Between 1956 and 1957, Elvis performed a number of live concerts to raise money for charities such as his own youth foundation, the Cynthia Milk Fund, and the Variety Club's Home for Convalescent Children. How many stars aside from Elvis can claim they helped end polio? On October 28, 1956, before an appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, Elvis was inoculated with Jonas Salk's anti-polio vaccine, which caused the immunization level of all Americans to skyrocket from 0.6% to 80% in a 6-month period.
Hey kids, could I
That right there, and I'll push this back a little bit, but that's what you call using like your star power. To the greatest of its advantages, is knowing how big of a star that you are and how much that'll impact other people and what they'll do. Seeing that he did something like that right there, as far as the polio vaccine, and getting people to actually take that more to go from, what was that number, 0.06 or something like that to 80%. Like that's a crazy jump in 6 months. Probably one of the craziest jumps that I've ever heard of, actually. But that shows his awareness of his star power and what it means. But let's keep it going.
Americans to skyrocket from 0.6% to 80% in a 6-month period.
Hey kids, could I talk to you for about 30 seconds? This is Elvis Presley. Remember polio victims. Join the 1957 March of Dimes today.
By April of 1957, the Salk Institute declared polio all but eradicated on U.S. soil. On January 6, 1957, during his third appearance on The Ed Sullivan Show, Elvis requested Mr. Sullivan ask those watching to send urgent financial contributions to help relieve the plight of some 250,000 Hungarians affected by the Soviet invasion of their country.
Because he feels so keenly, this young man feels so keenly about Hungarian relief, he urges all of us through the country to remember that immediate aid is needed, so long before his benefit show is put on, he wants to remind you to send in your checks to your various churches, Red Cross, etc.
On June 28, 1957, Elvis appeared as a special guest on Danny Thomas's annual Shower of the Stars charity event, which aimed to raise funds to build what is today the most important medical and research center for children with cancer, St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Without singing a single song, the King's presence drew over 14,000 donors, and work on construction of the hospital's first building commenced later that year. Presley's work with sick children did not begin or end with St. Jude's. Before being drafted by the U.S. Army, he often visited hospitals to comfort children faced with life-threatening illnesses and donated the hundreds of stuffed animals that he had received from fans worldwide to them. One of Elvis's most memorable moments was recorded in the early 70s when he fulfilled the dreams of 8-year-old Denise Sanchez, who passed away soon after a visit from Elvis and her attendance at his concert.
Could you sing me a special song, please?
I sure will. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh!
Oh, and yeah, the sirens. I'm not going to take a shot this time, but yeah, no, that's and see, these are the things that I've never heard about. With Elvis, I assumed that he was a kind and giving person, and that he gave something, or contributed something other than just music, to the populace. But um, this man was like extremely giving, like given to a fault, almost, if you could call it that, because I don't think there's any fault in, knowing that you can give and actually doing that. But yeah, no, he's doing a lot, or did a lot, and that's more than commendable. That's actually pretty incredible, and we've only gotten halfway, not even halfway through the video yet. And they talked about all this stuff that he's done already, and if you were to stop it right there, that would be a lot. But let's keep it going.
Stuffed animals that he had received from fans worldwide to them. One of Elvis's most memorable moments was recorded in the early 70s when he fulfilled the dreams of 8-year-old Denise Sanchez, who passed away soon after a visit from Elvis and her attendance at his concert.
Could you sing me a special song, please?
I sure will. Okay. Bye-bye.
Oh! Thank you so much.
Elvis would often visit with Graceland's secretary, who, among other tasks, sorted his mail. If a photograph or a request or a story touched Elvis, he would immediately take steps to help the sender. Whether it was paying off people's debts or their mortgages, helping a family whose father had died in the line of duty, buying someone a home or a car, or giving a disabled person a new wheelchair. If Elvis knew about it, he helped. One such request came from young Wardee Anderson, who asked Presley to sponsor her bike ride for children with diabetes. The king responded by pledging $5 per mile, which was much higher than the going rate of 5 cents per mile. During his lifetime, Elvis donated a number of vehicles for his good causes, including a red Ford Thunderbird to the March of Dimes and one of his own Rolls Royces to a charity for mentally retarded children. In 1964, Elvis bought the Potomac, FDR's presidential yacht, and donated it to St. Jude's, who sold it to raise about $55,000.
How much money did Elvis have? I'm thinking about that time, and I'm like how much money did he have? Because he's like giving a lot, like when they talk about like buying cars and boats and houses for people, on top of everything else, like that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money, especially like I'm thinking about that time period, like rock stars weren't making, unless, I don't know how much Elvis was making or anybody from that era, but I'm just assuming they weren't making nowhere near like the money that, people of even, like, let's just say the 80s. You know what I mean? Like the 80s, or even now, like especially now. Like I know like money is just all over the place, it seems like, um but yeah, no, he's given a lot, a whole lot, like to be giving cars and paying people's house notes and stuff like that. That is like crazy, and you hear of stars like doing that type of stuff now as like a one-off or something like that, like they'll buy a particular person a house house, but to be buying houses for multiple people, that's that, and cars and stuff like that. That's crazy. But that crazy good, because I mean, apparently he had it, but let's keep it going.
Royces to a charity for mentally retarded children. In 1964, Elvis bought the Potomac, FDR's presidential yacht, and donated it to St. Jude's, who sold it to raise about $55,000. On March 25, 1961, Elvis performed a benefit concert in Hawaii to raise money for the USS Arizona Memorial at Pearl Harbor. The concert raised over $65,000, and a plaque was prominently placed at the memorial site acknowledging Elvis's efforts in raising the funds. Sadly, the plaque was removed due to unknown, possibly political, reasons. Hawaii was also the location of Elvis's most famous concert for charity, Aloha from Hawaii. The 1973 concert was the first to be broadcast live by satellite. It was viewed by a record audience of over 1 billion people worldwide. The performance raised over $75,000 for the Kwee Lee Cancer Fund, which had been set up following the death of the I'll Remember You songwriter in 1966. In 1975, Elvis raised in excess of $100,000 at a concert in Jackson, Mississippi for victims of a tornado. This concert was deeply personal to Elvis, who was a child when a deadly tornado tore through his hometown of Tupelo. Elvis annually presented checks to as many as 50 charities and organizations in Memphis. Each check was for a minimum of $1,000, and some were much greater, such as his $10,000 donation to the Memphis Jewish Community Center Building Fund. In recognition of Elvis's charitable contributions throughout his life, Memphis Mayor William Ingram, along with the Governor of Tennessee, Beaufort Ellington, officially declared October 29, 1967, Elvis Presley Day in the city of Memphis and in the state of Tennessee.
That's dope. That's pretty dope. He has his own day. Who knew? I would have guessed, that he would. He's Elvis. So I know that he, without even knowing, I would have guessed like somebody, he has an Elvis day somewhere in the world, But yeah, Tennessee, that's where they do it at. Okay. Maybe everywhere, that there's an Elvis fan, but I'll push this back a little bit and then we'll go ahead and finish out.
His hometown of Tupelo. Elvis annually presented checks to as many as 50 charities and organizations in Memphis. Each check was for a minimum of $1,000, and some were much greater, such as his $10,000 donation to the Memphis Jewish Community Center Building Fund. In recognition of Elvis's charitable contributions throughout his life, Memphis Mayor William Ingram, along with the Governor of Tennessee, Beaufort Ellington, officially declared October 29, 1967, Elvis Presley Day in the city of Memphis and in the state of Tennessee. Elvis learned early on what it meant to receive food, clothes, and kindness from strangers, and did the same for others in need, both publicly and privately. While he may not have been a perfect role model, the world today needs more examples of this type of generosity and kindness.
It's the way I was brought up. My surroundings, my mother and my father and the whole family were always considerate of other people's feelings. I'm proud of the way that I was brought up to believe and to treat people, and so I try to remember that. That's all. It's simple. It's no problem.
Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and to like this video.
No, that was good stuff. I'll push it back right there. And that was Elvis Presley, the King of Kindness. And that was a good video to watch. Like I'm glad that Shirley suggested that I check this out because again, like I said, I would have assumed that he's done some things for some people, and I've heard some stuff already about how he's taking care of some people and stuff like that. One being Jackie Wilson, who he was like really helping him out. And I'm sure he's done that for, some other artists. But all of this charity and charitable work that he's done, across the span of him being, Elvis, this is really good stuff to hear and incredible, to be given this much, because you hear about charity from other celebrities and superstars and stuff like that, but to hear that one part where he they said that he didn't even uh, use this charity that he was given as write-offs, as tax write-offs, which I'm more than certain that most, if not all, of the stars who do this type of stuff, they know that they can get this money back. So, um, and the sirens again, I'll just go ahead and take the shot because it's tradition. So, uh, um, but but yeah, you know, they definitely would use those opportunities as tax write-offs when he didn't even want to do that. And I really that really sticks and hits home with me because I've always said to people, or when I've given to people, because I've considered myself throughout a large part of my life to be a giver to people, and I didn't do those things in order to get something back from people, you know. And I know the nature of people and man, and how, if you do a good thing for people, that the universe, God, will kind of bless you in that. I'm not that doesn't escape me, but I didn't do these things to get something in return. I just gave, and if I got nothing back from it, I was fine with that because I didn't do it, to get something back. And that's dope of Elvis to be in that, or to have been in that type of mindset, But yeah, this was good stuff. This was good stuff. I'm gonna get going. Before I do, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the share button, hit the playlist option. This will be in the Elvis Presley reactions. So you'll find this along with everything else that I've reacted to that features him in that playlist. I do have playlists for other artists. Um, a lot of that stuff is going to be, music involved with those as opposed to this one. But I do have some stuff, that isn't music related, in those playlists. So, if you want to get some other kind of commentary about sports or comedy or anything, that's not music related, I have that stuff too. So just check through the playlist is all you have to do. I have a ton of them. So there's that. I do have the Cash App, $ you made Roscoe, and PayPal at you made Roscoe at the bottom of the screen for those who like to show their support or appreciation for what I do. Any donations you're going to make at one of those two spots at the bottom of the screen, and that is it. That is all. And I'm gonna leave, but I will see you guys again soon, or you'll see me the next time that you click onto a video with me in it. And so until next time, be safe and be good.